The Lego Movie 2, the second part, I see what you guys did there, is the sequel to 2014's The Lego Movie and picks up right where the first movie left off, where these more toddler-like Lego characters come down to invade Bricksburg, and then for the next 5 years it's just an ongoing war where Bricksburg has suddenly become a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Everyone has had to adapt to the wasteland and just be all grunged out, basically like they're living in a Mad Max movie. Except for Emmett, once again played by Chris Pratt. He is just as he always is. You can't hate the guy, he's so innocent. But everyone else, especially Lucy, voiced again by Elizabeth Banks, keep telling Emmett that you got to adjust. Everything is not awesome. You have to cope with the environment. However, the need for Emmett to actually change and toughen up is soon put to the test when General Mayhem shows up and kidnaps Lucy, Batman, Unikitty, Metalbeard, and Benny. And it's up to Emmett to really just get into gear and go save the day. So the Lego Movie in 2014 was one of the biggest surprises I've seen in terms of an animated movie, because the idea of a Lego movie just sounded so stupid that it can't work, but it did. And then Lego Batman was really good as well. Lego Ninjago, however, was the movie I was afraid the first Lego movie would be, so I was kinda hesitant about this one. But it's got Phil Lord and Chris Miller back as the writers, so hopefully it'll still maintain the sense of humor that the first movie did. And it very much does. It still has the same spirit and charm as the first Lego movie, with the characters, the imagination, the quick shotgun-like humor where it just happens so fast and so rapidly that you're gonna miss a couple of jokes and you're really gonna have to see the movie more than once in order to really soak it all in. And the movie does become very satirical at points, mainly when it comes to Chris Pratt. In addition to also voicing Emmett, he voices a character named Rex Dangervest, which is pretty much a character that's making fun of Chris Pratt's career ever since Guardians of the Galaxy, where Chris Pratt's this super tough guy, he has no fear, he's awesome at everything, he trains velociraptors. I mean, this movie pretty much parodies Owen Grady, Chris Pratt's character in the Jurassic World movies, to the point where you really have to realize that character is terrible. That is an awful, awful character. And just like with Lego Batman, where that movie kind of made fun of Batman, it took Legos to show how stupid that character is. Some of you might be going, well, your hate for Jurassic World might be making you really read deep into this. Well, if I was reading too deep into that, then Rex Dangervest's ship wouldn't have been entirely populated with velociraptors as his crew. So I just get the impression that they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were making fun of. The animation is still really good, and there's still a lot of points throughout this movie where I kind of have to stop and say, wait a minute, is that CG or is that stop motion? Because by this point, it's easy to tell that these movies are done through CGI. When it moves so smoothly, then that's pretty clear. But sometimes the animation of the characters is so staticky that you could easily be fooled that it could have been stop motion. So it's overall very funny, still imaginative, and has some great animation. But this is my third favorite in the Lego movie series. The thing that ultimately kind of derails this movie for me is the ending. When General Mayhem captures all these master builders, she takes them to the Queen, played by Tiffany Haddish, who's this shape-shifting Lego alien. It's really cool what they do with her, and once again goes to show how great the animation is, because they do so many imaginative things with this character. But I won't say exactly what happens, but certain events happen at the beginning of the movie, and as you watch this scenario play out between the master builders and the villain, you realize that this entire situation just came down to a misunderstanding. And that for me felt like a bit of a cop-out. It made me almost feel like it was kind of pointless to watch the movie if it could have been resolved so quickly. I'm also not a fan of them bringing back the live-action elements of the first movie, because at the end of the first movie, we're revealed that all the Lego worlds are just from the point of view of this kid. So that really was a neat twist. And one of the things I really loved about Lego Batman is they never did that. You just kind of assume that as you're watching a really entertaining Batman story made with Legos. And with Lego Ninjago in this one, they really drive this point home that they're kids playing with Legos, and that's how they're able to do all the things in this Lego CGI world. And I just thought it was unnecessary, because it just goes through the same routine as the end of the last Lego movie. Although I do have to give this movie props that they finally made a joke about stepping on Legos with your bare feet and how it's the worst feeling in the world. So props to them. But the ending of this movie really made me go from really liking this movie, almost loving it, to just liking it. So for a majority of this movie, I'd say it's worth seeing in your lifetime, especially considering that they actually make a song that's going to give Everything Is Awesome a run for its money. But by the time we got to the ending and you play the rest of the movie back in your head, I just gotta say it's good. It's not great at all. Besides the ending, there's a lot of this movie that just kind of feels like a retrend of the first Lego movie. But still, all that being said, it's got the great animation, it's got catchy music. There are actually some points in this movie where it turns into a flat-out musical. The characters are fun, the jokes hit, and it's very frantic with its humor. It's got everything you love about the first Lego movie, except the ending just kind of derailed everything for me. Not to the point where it's ruined, but to where I just can't love it. But who knows? Maybe this will be like with the first Lego movie, where I walked out of that movie the first time going, that was good, but I don't love it. And then I saw it a second time and fell in love with it. So I'm willing to watch this a second time, and maybe I'll enjoy it a lot more knowing what happens. And that's my review for the Lego Movie 2, the second part. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I want to hear what you guys have to say about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like this better than the first Lego Movie, or do you still find the first one supreme? Let me know. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the Real Mr. Robinson telling you there is only one.